and also the Memphis Tigers, where the fans have moved the party from Beale Street and are ready for kickoff. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. And the Pirates will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So Memphis offense will get the first crack at it here. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead and coming around the outside.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He finds his man at the 45 on his way. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Going up top on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3. Balls at the 14. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll keep it on the ground. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up in the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. And the punt will be marked dead just inside the 45-yard line.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy. And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Give to the single back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Grabbed in the middle. It's Selvia. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. The give to the tailback. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
He's looking to throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been outstanding in coverage early in this game. We're just in the 1st quarter. Of course, they already have an interception. They should have had their 2nd right there.
The give to the back. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
A little release to the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Lets it fly. And the ball is intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Give to the running back. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They think there's room to run to the right here. And the ball slipped out. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football. All wideouts, no backs. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone defense.
The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. They'll go to the ground. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. They'll line up for a second down play. Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. And they get the sack just like that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A third and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. The Pirates will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Going up top. Grabs it inside the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on second and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Memphis!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he makes the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over New Mexico. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. They'll throw it on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You could see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He's got his man. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Brown. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up in the 26 with the first down. The Tigers are flying down the field. He wants to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage forcing that incompletion.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. The give to the back. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Going with the ground game left. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today.
Touchdown, Tigers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Looking to move it through the air. Finds the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Pirates with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Unloads it downfield. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, you wonder if the defense has started to figure it out finally here. In the 1st half, this guy has been absolutely lighting you up, and finally they get some bodies back there anticipating the QB to look his way to force an incompletion.
He'll take another shot here. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I think the quarterback's got to do a better job with his eyes, guys. He's already been picked off twice in this game, and that one got swatted away. He's telegraphing where he's throwing the football, and it's making life really hard on him.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete to the left. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
And back to the air on 2nd down. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Really nice timing on that throw by the quarterback. Took his steps, he pitched, he got rid of it quickly on the line, put it on his guy running straight down the field, and he's able to catch it in the end zone.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very intriguing first 2 quarters of football.
Memphis ready to kick it deep and get the second half going. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
To the ground with the back. Nifty little dance step.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They're facing a 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the 1st down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. You got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive player.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Defense.
Defense a little too anxious there. They're just making it easier for this offense. After the penalty backs him up, it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Pirates come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Oh, what a cut! They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 3rd and goal from way back there. From the gun, wants to pass. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, ECU. Sometimes you're hesitant to use your quarterback as a runner. Not when your quarterback runs like this.
You dang right. I'm going to use him. I'm going to use him early and often. The dude can run so well, can make you miss. Do you worry about him getting dinged up throughout a game? Sure, but when you can do things like that, it makes your offense so much stronger.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Makes a move. Out of bounds at the 34. A productive job by the return team. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Defense had them back up, and then they're in the neutral zone, and the offense will say thank you very much. These guys in a much better position after that penalty on the D. Now it's 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Graves. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him. Let somebody else beat me. Not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Pirates will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the heels.
Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Memphis just keeps moving the chains on this drive. They're set up with another first down. They'll leave it with him. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Using the quick game. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run it from the gun. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Giving him his pads. Touchdown, Memphis. They move on top here in the 4th. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can just shed people off. You did a great job smelling the end zone and getting in.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Nebraska is ahead early in Lincoln, but that's not exactly Mike Rozier out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 4 over Illinois. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Floating away, trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed. And
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
Plows through the defense. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
Man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. But this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the brain trust will go to work. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. First and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's really important at this point of the game late that they at least get a field goal here to make this a two-possession game. So they're staying conservative. They're running the football, keeping it on the ground to execute that idea.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matter.